Out of the 4 current Arrowverse shows, we can safely say that Legends of Tomorrow is probably the goofiest one, right? We have the seriousness in Arrow, the fun in The Flash, and the nice and light feeling when you watch Supergirl. So today, we have some of the most paused moments in Legends of Tomorrow, the series we all love to watch. Enjoy! The return of Vandal Savage. The immortal villain of Season 1 of the show, Vandal Savage, planned to take over the world by making himself more powerful. In order to do that, he was killing Hawkeye and Hawkgirl over and over every time they reincarnated, and then drinking their blood. However, like we mentioned before, being the goofy show that it is, Vandal didn't quite fit into the show, so eventually he had to go. But he managed to return for the Season 4 finale, a time in the series which had Constantine and Nora descending to hell to rescue Ray's soul. The torture room where they find Ray, they also find Vandal, and because Ray is nice and wholesome, he had already won over the former villain. So he somehow managed to convince him not to torture him anymore, and instead they're playing big block Jenga at the moment, while being besties for life. Vandal Savage was not the most interesting or charismatic villain in the show, but the transformation from how we've seen him in both states just creates a wacky moment for all of us to enjoy.
Translation, it was about a girl.
A girl? What girl?
Doesn't matter. We should go.
Wait.
Nate and ZARI date. Throughout the show, there are many sort of couples to notice. Some pan out and some don't. However, from the goofiest show, we got one of the most romantic things on the big screen, Nate and ZARI. They clearly had strong emotions for one another, but never wanted to admit it. Over the course of the series, they have been tiptoeing around each other for quite a while, before finally either one of them acknowledged the feelings they had, or even the potential for a date between the two. When they finally got together, fans rejoiced, as they seemed like the couple that made sense right from the start. But they hit some barriers along the way, so their moment was inevitably delayed. One of the most paused moments had to be their first kiss, and fans all around the world were eager to know how their relationship pans out, and they wanted more in order to see how this couple play out in the future, as we all know that we had not seen enough of them. But their wishes came to a close, unfortunately. Nate comes back and ZARI disappears. During the Season 4 finale, when Nate's death struck, everyone was shocked, as he meshed very well within the show. He quickly found his place as a superhero, but also as a historian, and after joining the Time Bureau, wanting to make a difference in a different way, with the key focus being the relationship with his father, his death looked like it was too soon. The writers thought so too, so they made the script beforehand. Not being his time to die, the audience of the circus sang to him and brought him to life. However, with one moving and emotional moment happening, a disaster struck as ZARI disappeared into thin air. The end of the 4 seasons events completely changed, with ZARI being erased from history, having never joined the team in the first place. And to the confusion of the team, her brother Bayrat replaces her. And so we don't show you any spoilers up ahead, we'll just say that it was one of the most paused moments in the series, while also being one of the most heartbreaking, unusual, and confusing moments of the whole series. Nate under the influence. One of the unique features of the show is that all of the members of the crew are wacky enough without any help from outside sources. Thus, when Nate wants to help Amaya with her troubles, they undergo a somewhat of a hallucinogenic drug. The funniest moments strike when the other members of the crew need Nate's help to rescue them from the space station. While Nate being high, his character's funny side of things is, let's say, multiplied by 10, if not more. So, from realizing how big the hallway to the main room is, all the way to the pirate talk while supposedly flying the ship, before he's told that the engineers are still powering up, is just hilarious. The crazy talk and the way he handles the situation when the crew is back on the ship is just on a whole other level. While yes, the others are concerned and somewhat angered by the state he's in, we can say that he's chilling to the max, maybe even too much, thus creating one of the funniest and most paused moments of the show.
Are you on drugs?
Your face. I want your face.
Okay, buddy, not a...
Oliver crossover. One of the greatest things that can happen in these kinds of series where many different TV shows belong to the same universe are the crossovers. You're never going to say no to one of your favorite characters from one show appearing in another, right? Well, this is also the case for this next paused moment on the list. One of the nicest things to watch in Legends of Tomorrow was the DC character crossovers, especially the one during Season 2 when Oliver Queen, our favorite Emerald Archer, appears, and he interacts with Mick. Mick as a whole is one of the most hilarious characters of the show, ranking him high up there with Nate, of course. No matter what he does, it's always a good thing to see. But the exchange between Oliver and Mick while he's under stasis was just a classic. However, Oliver managed to stay serious, true to his character, despite taking part in one of the craziest series from the Arrowverse, a moment in the series where two different personalities came together, making it one of the best moments from a time way back in the series, when everything was just starting.
My name is Oliver Queen, and my preference is to not break your arm.
The time loop. One of the most confusing parts of the series is when ZARI is stuck in a time loop and keeps reliving 1 hour for countless times, before eventually the ship blows up. This is one of the best moments of the series because we're all able to see the progression in the feeling and what is happening to the human mind throughout the process. At first, like any other person, ZARI feels confused and is not aware of what is happening. Then, after knowing, she just relives everything on repeat and is kind of bored, until Nate suggests she has some fun. After all, there's no consequences. After having fun over and over and over, from trying on clothing from some of her colleagues on the ship, all the way to playing snowball fights with Mick, she gets over it. And now the desperation period comes, when she even tries to kill herself in order to stop the loop, and possibly turn things around and saving her friends somehow, because nothing helps so far, despite everything she does. But lastly, the team believes in her and helps her stop the time loop, and eventually the blowing up of the ship, creating one of the most interesting episodes and moments of the whole series.
You're caught in a time loop? That's awesome.
I can't do this anymore. I'm losing my mind.
Wait, did you do the,
Fun montage? Yeah.
The Monitor enjoying the show. As we can see right now, all three shows other than DC's Legends of Tomorrow have included an appearance from the Monitor himself, and fans have been waiting for the same thing to happen for their series too, and the moment finally came. The Monitor is an omnipotent personification of the multiverse, which translates as a person, a deity with unlimited power, a persona who is steadily but surely setting up the 5-series crossover, which also includes the new kid on the block, Batwoman. He's been gloomy so far, and doesn't fit with the Legends theme of the series, so his showing moment of the series, while the Legends performed a show, watching from the background with popcorn in his hands, creates one of the most paused moments, a goofy scenario for a character of his sort, a character who is the actual multiverse. On a related note, tell us down in the comment section below which was your most paused moment and why. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.